God, there's a lot of you guys, huh?
How are you?
I'm Mario. I don't know if I know you all, but probably not. He's my collaborator that I've done the exhibition. Would you be interested in that?
Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Just find out about how the design is related to the photograph. I think Mario believes very much in chance working positively, certainly in his life.
Well, you know, when I was asked to do these photographs, I know that they were doing basically, she wanted to sell her dresses, so she went to Christies for them to sell, Christies the auction house, for them to do the sale of the dresses. And they came up with the idea of promoting it through photographic two photo sittings, one done by Lord Snowdon for American Vogue, and one done by me for Vanity Fair. And Lord Snowdon, I mean, obviously had the access to, you know, to the palaces and to all that, so I guess he did a more formal sitting. And I was left without, you know, I really didn't have anywhere to do her but in the studio, so I ended up doing her in a very relaxed, simple, light way.
Well,
I did warn you. No, I wouldn't get him in there.
Well, you know, I wonder whether this particular period was a difficult period in her life. I almost think that maybe this was the beginning of a new period. In that instance, when I photographed her, I think she felt very, very happy. I mean, a lot of people have asked me this in the past. I think that she just felt elated. She was entering a new period in her life, and I think all of us, when we're about to start something new, there's a certain excitement. What went on in those next 6 months, I don't really know, because people say that they were difficult years in her life afterwards, but the moment I met her, I have to say she was incredibly, a very upbeat person.
You can go right back, so go right back into the go over there a little bit more space, Mary.
Because here the both sides.
Yeah. A bit further back, please. Not in front of the face, please. Go on either side, all fine. Everybody will get something, so just don't worry.
Even though these photos are taken by me and they're mine, I still have to bear in mind that she has children and family, and really she represents them. So whatever I do with these photographs will have a falling back on her children and on her brothers and sisters. So I've tried to be as discreet as possible in the way I've used these photographs, and as I said, only because it came from the palace was that I decided it would be a good idea, and seeing as she lived here and it had the approval of the royal family.
Contribute to it more too, so you've always had
Well, Diana at the time said to me, you know, in passing, when I asked her, and so have you, you know, photographers were really funny, because I guess anybody that does anything artistic that has no definite value as such, except for the liking or dislike of people looking at it. So even though she had called me and said, oh, I really, really love the picture, I needed to hear more, you know, so you carry on the conversation and, oh, really, so you really like them. And what do people around you think? And she said, well, my children think that it's the most like me.
you know, they were just really delighted, and it was a very nice atmosphere, and they looked at the pictures. And
For them to decide really what happens or what happens.
If anybody has any questions, ask away.
It's a constant dilemma, this thing of how much privacy are you allowed to have or not in your life. You know, I mean, we have seen it with another person that I work with a lot, and it's a friend of mine, Kate. You know, I mean, how far should we go into seeing what they are or not? Or It's a hard one to judge. You know, I think that it would be an easy thing to say, oh, the journalists, you know, I consider myself a journalist as well, so I don't think it's only the journalist's fault. I think it's all of us, we're obsessed with it, you know, and obviously if you print something and it sells 1 million copies, you're not going to go the other direction, no? You probably insist on that, and